No signs of a slowdown in the U.S. economy, at least based off of government data out Friday. Consumer spending increased by the most in nearly 2 years in January as wage gains surged. Also, inflation accelerated, adding to financial market fears that the Federal Reserve could continue raising interest rates through summer. Consumer spending, which accounts for more than 2/3 of U.S. economic activity, shot up 1.8% last month. That was the largest increase since March 2021, while December's figure was revised slightly higher. Consumers boosted purchases of long-lasting manufactured goods like cars, home goods, and equipment. They also spent more on restaurants and recreation. The report from the Commerce Department was the latest indication that the economy did not appear on the edge of a much-dreaded recession. It joined data earlier this month showing robust job growth in January and the lowest unemployment rate in more than 53 years. One chief economist told Reuters this report means the Fed will likely continue hiking rates into the summer. On the inflation front, the Personal Consumption Expenditures, or PCE, price index shot up 0.6% last month, the largest increase since June 2022. The core rate, excluding food and energy prices, also rose 0.6. The Fed tracks the PCE price indexes in setting monetary policy.
Wywalczyli od pierwszych dni okupacji i wierzyli, że siły zbrojne przywrócą ukraińską flagę na
Geliebten Dank derer, die jeden Tag ihr Bestes gaben.
Είναι το αποκορύφωμα του πληθυντικού πολέμου που ξεκίνησε.
Слава Україні! Glory to the nation! Glory to the nation!
Producers of the Western movie Rust have agreed to pay a $100,000 civil fine for serious workplace safety breaches on the set where cinematographer Halyna Hutchins was killed after she was struck by a bullet fired from a gun held by actor Alec Baldwin in 2021. According to an investigator, New Mexico's Workers' Safety Bureau found the Rust movie productions firm knew of the potential hazard of live rounds on set, as well as complaints of mishandling and misfires of weapons, but decided not to act. Under the settlement, the Rust movie production's fine was reduced from an original maximum penalty of $136,793. A lawyer for the production company released a statement saying, quote, "Our top priority has always been resuming production and completing this film so we can honor the life and work of Halyna Hutchins. Settling this case rather than litigating is how we can best move forward." The fatal accident turned Baldwin from a Hollywood star into a criminal defendant. On Thursday, the actor pleaded not guilty to a charge of involuntary manslaughter. Rust's armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, who loaded the gun Baldwin fired, has also been charged with involuntary manslaughter and made her first court appearance on Friday. Production of the movie is set to resume in the spring.
In Bucha, a Ukrainian town now synonymous with allegations of Russian brutality, two neighbors met at a local cemetery to grieve. One lost her husband, the other her son. The sense of loss magnified on Friday, which marked 1 year since Moscow's forces invaded. And there are little to no signs a diplomatic breakthrough might end the fighting anytime soon.
Mr. President, life is a living hell for the people of Ukraine.
United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres marked the anniversary with an address to the Security Council, calling Russia's invasion a blatant violation of international law, and said that diplomacy and accountability is needed.
We must prevent further escalation. We must all encourage every meaningful effort to end the bloodshed and at long last give peace a chance.
The latest proposal to de-escalate came from China, a country that has not condemned what Russia calls its special military operation. Beijing on Friday called for a comprehensive ceasefire as part of a 12-point plan on the war. And while Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky did welcome some elements of the proposal, he said any negotiation needed to require the withdrawal of Russian troops. The West also expressed skepticism toward China's plan. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
Council members should not be fooled by calls for a temporary or unconditional ceasefire. Russia will use any pause in fighting to consolidate control over the territory it's illegally seized and replenish its forces for further attacks. That's what happened when Russia's first assault on Ukraine froze in 2015. Look at what followed.
Russia said it was open to diplomacy in ending the war, but said it would involve recognizing, quote, new territorial realities, like Donetsk, a part of Ukraine Russia annexed in a move condemned by Western nations. Blinken said the UN could not recognize any part of Russia's conquest.
Any peace that legitimizes Russia's seizure of land by force will weaken the Charter and send a message to would-be aggressors everywhere that they can invade countries and get away with it.
Protesters outside of the UN were sending messages of their own, with signs that read, "Kick Russia out of the UN," and "If we don't end war, war will end us."
She was very true.
But 1 year on, an end is not in sight.